The North West Ambulance Service has released an official update now. They say that they're responding to this major incident following a call at 11:48 p.m. to Hart Street in Southport. They dispatched 13 ambulances, along with specialised resources of our Hazardous Areas Response Team, Hart, Air Ambulance and Merit doctors to the scene. So far, the North West Ambulance Service has treated 8 patients with stab injuries who have been taken to Alder Children's Hospital, Aintree University Hospital and Southport and Formby Hospital. This is the first official confirmation, Mark, that children have clearly been involved in this attack, because Alder Children's Hospital is one of those venues that the 8 patients so far with stab injuries have been taken to.
Yes, and that confirmation of 8 victims as well of this stabbing from the ambulance service, confirming that they sent 13 ambulance vehicles dispatched to that scene. And as you say, the very critical information there, the first confirmation that clearly children have been involved and caught up in this, as the casualties, some of them at least, have been taken to Alder Children's Hospital. Also Aintree University Hospital and Southport and Formby Hospital. Now, it doesn't mean that the casualties taken to Aintree University Hospital or Southport and Formby Hospital were not children. It's possible that, you know, with a multiple casualty event like this, you have specialised trauma teams standing by at major trauma centres in the area. So it can be, you know, the dispatchers in conjunction with those medical teams will decide how best to do it. Not to flood one place with 8 very seriously injured, potentially, people. It's better to then put them across 3 major trauma centres, as they've done on this occasion.
Mark White, thank you. It's just on 2 o'clock here on GB News. This is our continued coverage of a major incident in Southport in the Merseyside area on Hart Street, where we can now reveal that 8 patients with stab wounds have been taken to 3 hospitals. 13 emergency response vehicles were called to the site and 1 man has been arrested. This is a major incident declared by the police services and North West Ambulance Service, who in the last few minutes have said this. The North West Ambulance Service is responding to a major incident following a call at 11:48 a.m. to Hart Street in Southport following reports of multiple stabbings. We have dispatched 13 ambulances along with specialised resources to our Hazardous Area Response Team, Air Ambulance and Merit doctors to the scene. So far, North West Ambulance Service has treated 8 patients with stab injuries who've been taken to Alder Children's Hospital, Aintree University Hospital and Southport and Formby Hospital. Our Home and Security Editor, Mark White, joins us in the studio. Mark, this is a deeply serious event.
Yeah, very concerning indeed now to get the confirmation of the number of casualties involved. We'd been told, of course, in that initial statement by Merseyside Police that they were attending an incident after reports of a stabbing and there was a number of casualties. Well, a number is clearly a significant number of 8 casualties, and the fact that they're being taken to 3 separate hospitals as well gives an indication of the way in which the medical services try to siphon off the most seriously injured to the major trauma centres, and also, of course, a very sobering and disturbing aspect of it that there are clearly children involved in that. Some of the casualties have been taken to Alder Children's Hospital.
And does the fact that they have been taken to separate hospitals perhaps imply that those injuries are actually quite complex, and so in terms of resources they see it as best to not take them all to the same place so that they can all be properly seen to?
Well, it's more down to the fact that even in a major trauma centre, you will only have a finite number of resources. So they might be able to effectively deal with 3 patients at one time and can split their resources, but giving them 8 at the same time would just overwhelm them. So they have well-rehearsed plans in dealing with mass casualty situations. We've seen it in other mass casualty events in the past, where they will split the number of hospitals so that you've got then the best possible care that can be provided with the medical staff that are there, that can give their attention to those that are being treated at the scene. And you know, some of them might have had minor injuries, some of them may have very complex and critical injuries. That level of detail is not being given out by the ambulance service as yet, but at least by having 3 hospitals involved, you've got 3 trauma centres worth of personnel that can give the best possible care to those that are coming their way.